Welcome back, everybody, to the Hearthstone Legendary Series. It's time for the semifinals, where we find out who is going to Saturday's main event. Now, this one is really important right now because this is where all the glory is here, essentially, because you're going to the main event to join players like Savitz, like Strifecrow, like Amaz, and like Hype. They're going to be all back next, or actually not next week, tomorrow, for the Saturday match day. That's going to be really exciting. But first, you have to get past each other. This is essentially their finals.
Cool. I'm excited to watch. Sounds like a pretty exciting day tomorrow.
It's gonna be you're gonna be back, right?
And today, I guess we'll see if I'm alive.
All right. Well, if not, I guess I'll have to pull in Milkcast or somebody else.
I wouldn't.
Don't let that happen, please. Wouldn't wish that upon your worst enemy. There is a prize pool for this Open Cup. People might be wondering if it's just for qualification spots, but they also play for some money. There's $500 total, and I believe it is distributed amongst the top 3 or 4. So, you know, if people who are entering for the Future Cup on Sunday, if you're curious, is there more than just a spot as a qualifier? There is. There's some money. And if you can go to the esl.gg/legendary series, you too can also sign up for this event. It starts at Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific. You know, some of the players even thought about entering themselves. Right now, you're even talking about maybe you're entering.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this one on Sunday for sure.
Cool. Yeah, it's fun. You can maybe get a chance to beat Raynad, and if you do, make sure to record that, and of course, check his Twitch channel for his reaction. That's gonna be some fun times. Fun times. So coming up, we have Pharaoh versus Ping Ping Ho. Now, Ping Ping Ho has gotten through the Open once before. Can he do it again? Do you think so?
No. I don't know. Probably. Of course he can. Yeah, I don't know. I think everyone has a good shot, honestly. All the people who advanced seemed like they knew what they were doing. They had good decks. I didn't see any mistakes, really. No major ones, at least. So, yeah. You know, just the quality of, like, the semi-pro, or, like, the semi-competitive player has increased so much in the past few months. I remember back when we saw like King of the Hills from qualified players, we'd see like a lot of major mistakes a lot of times.
Right.
But these guys are playing very well. They have very good lists. So yeah, I'm just like impressed all around.
Yeah, I like the difference of styles too. We've seen some players like Shaman. We have 2 players in the who at first played. We thought Shaman wasn't gonna do anything, but they won their games. And now we have a player who didn't even bring a Warlock. The only other person that I've seen be able to make a deep run without Warlock was Dog. Dog actually got 2nd place in a week, and he didn't play Warlock once, so it was very impressive.
The thing that surprised me the most, I think, is how underrepresented Paladin is. As far as matchups go, that deck is just so good, but not very many people brought it. You know, I think only 2.
It's been the same thing every week too, and like, you know, Zumo always asks me, so Ferdinand, what do you think we're going to see today? I'm like, well, we're going to see Warlock. We'll probably see Warrior, but I really think we're going to see a lot of Paladin. I also said Mage, and we didn't see a lot of
I think
Paladin.
those are the 4 best decks, and yet everyone has Druid. It blows my mind. Yeah. Surprising.
It is, but in a sense, it could be a way that people are predicting the metagame. Maybe they're building decks specifically because they expect a lot of certain other things. If they're trying to expect Warrior. I mean, we saw Pharaoh had one of the greediest Warrior decks we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
That might come into play, but first we'll go to the Rogue deck from him, and maybe that can do something else too. This one is the tempo control one.
Oh, Neptulon. Golden.
It's the only way to go.
Golden, Neptulon, regular, Earthshock. Oh, man.
He's doing it wrong.
Yeah. You gotta start
It's also a regular Power Mace.
Yeah, right. You gotta start with the golden commons and rares, work your way up.
It's a process. Tell me, do you open classic packs or GVG packs to get the golden?
You know, it depends entirely on what I feel like at any given moment. And then I will pick that pack on purpose and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Alright, well, Ping Ho has an interesting start. He's got 2 Power Maces and no mechs in his hand. And he tossed back his Golden Neptulon only to get it on his first draw. Love it when that happens.
Classic.
Yeah.
Well, Power Mace is pretty good against Rogue in general. They're kind of relying on building the board with SI Agents and Earth Ring Farseers. And that's going to clean those up pretty well. The Bio Teacher is going to be a bit more of a problem.
Did he just draw the exact 2 cards he mulliganed away?
Yeah. Hearthstone.
That's pretty unfortunate, yet hilarious.
So, I think Prep Eviscerate is better than Prep Deadly Poison. It's close, though.
Van Cleef? Is that what he's thinking about?
Yeah, you 100% play Van Cleef here. The question is, do you play Eviscerate or the Deadly Poison?
Oh, okay.
Because they both have merit. I like Eviscerate a bit more, I think, yeah. Alright, he's going to come down. He's got a nice 4 and a 5. Van Cleef and Loatheb are two minions that we don't usually see in this deck. But definitely strong choices.
Well, it would be a strong choice if it was able to stand, but it looks like it just gets shut down by an Earthshock.
Or Hex. I don't know if I like Earthshock as much. If you Earthshock, you have to coin Power Mace it, which is like a lot of resources. But I guess
True.
it's better than using a Hex.
Yeah, if you know this is a control rogue, or has late game cards like Dr. Boom, you're going to need that Hex.
Yeah, Earthshock's a card that's also a bit tough to get value out of here. Alright, class is paying attention. 3-5 in play. Ooh. I would just play Golem and attack the teacher right now.
Set up a 4-5.
And then, even if he saps it or something, you just Power Mace it next turn.
Oh.
This is a fine play too, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, protecting your board. Oh, protecting yourself from what the Vile Teacher can do, which is always some of the most scary stuff.
So I guess you Drake instead of Loatheb.
Yeah. Guess it didn't really make sense considering that he didn't have good options to follow that up anyways. Sludge Belcher. Man, that Power Maze got little to no value at all. But I guess at least it buffs the Harvest Golem here. It's too bad it's about to get obliterated.
Yeah, +2/+2 is pretty valuable. I mean, that's like worth 2 mana, right? And a card, like Mark the Wild, sort of.
But it's about to get destroyed because we have a Fan of Knives and Eviscerate combo here. Or even doesn't even need Eviscerate, but. Ah, well, it works fine. Wait. I guess he's just going to use his weapon here and save the Deadly Poison then. Okay.
I think I would have liked to see just using the poison.
Right, that's what I originally thought was going to happen. But,
this plays around Harrison.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, we'll go with that. The Sludge Belcher is pretty much his best play here. Next turn he's got Neptulon. Hopefully Rogue doesn't take this opportunity to capitalize on the slowness with well, exactly that. Like Sprint is pretty powerful. Prep Sprint. Prep Sprint into attack the Sludge Belcher and then Farseer.
Prep Sprint into Sap.
Yeah, that's also pretty good too. Backstab is pretty nasty as well. Oh man, he's actually got such a good selection of things he can do here.
Yeah, Backstab SI's got to be the play, right?
Yeah. It's 5 damage on the dot, killing off Sludge Belcher. The only thing is that you can't protect your Azure Drake from just getting sniped from the Fire Elemental.
Well, if you make the Farseer play, it still does.
That's true.
And or the Farseer will get sniped. Either way, it's like.
Well, if you attack with this now and then Farseer, then the Farseer heals that to 4 health, right? And then you can backstab the 1/2.
Yeah, but the Farseer would still be a target.
Right.
And then you're using your backstab. I don't know.
That's true. That's true. Good point. Good point.
But yeah, honestly, thinking about it, I think Sap might have been the best play. Because what else are you going to Sap out of a Shaman? Okay, Neptulon, of course. We see that in hand, but some, half the Shamans don't even play it. You're not going to Sap Fire Elementals, Azure Drakes.
Yeah.
Harvest Golems.
Yeah, Harvest Golem would be one, I suppose. Pilot Shredder if he had it as well.
Yeah. Alright, well, he's got an option to play. Annoytron's going to hold off, though. It doesn't want it to just die for free when it's about to get buffed by Power Mace.
Okay, well, back over to Rogue. Seems like it's an opportunity for Pharaoh to really start pressing his advantage. Okay, I was assuming he was going to draw a card, but it seems like he's going to play Farseer instead.
Yep, so he's got pretty big board lead. Lightning Storm drawn on the Loatheb turn. It's not ideal. And the sap's going to be pretty insane. Alright, holding on to it worked out fine.
Yeah. Sap is going to be able to target whatever the Power Mace buffs. So that Onoyotron will effectively have no value. And then
Do you just play Neptulon?
you didn't play it last turn because he was going to die easily, but this turn, same thing's going to happen. But is there anything else? Like, what else do you do then if you don't Neptulon here? I know you're trying to attack hero power.
Yeah. He's going to make that play, and it's going to get absolutely destroyed by Sap.
Yeah. I don't know if Sap's a card you usually play around, though. Considering that some people don't even run it. Most people have started cycling it back in, but...
Alright.
Yikes. Oh, that's so painful. Hold on, how much damage is this actually? 5, 8, 11, 13. 13 damage. Okay. He has no more eviscerates too, so it's not like you can just simply burst him through spells. Might not even need to sap.
Yeah, he doesn't have the mana to Drake, Fan, and Shiv. I would sap though, just for lack of a better use for that card, you know? I mean, either way I would start with Drake. I think I'm fine with committing another creature to the board.
Yep. I think so too. Might even pick up something nice like another backstab. Okay. Size 7 agent's pretty good. Yeah, I guess this will be sap target then.
Alright, here it comes. Get in for 9, make a new weapon. Or sorry, can't make a new weapon, but I think you do. Well, do you attack? I would.
Yeah, I suppose so, considering you have 2 deadly poisons. It almost doesn't matter, because it's just 2 deadly poisons to hit once.
Yeah.
You just need the 5 damage one time, you don't need it twice, but for technical play, you are correct.
Alright, well, that's not spell power. That's what he was looking for.
Yeah, so there's almost no chance he can survive, right?
I think actually 0.
Yeah. Because it will get this Nurtron will get killed off no matter what. So that wraps up game 1, and the Rogue deck, once again, being pretty impressive. Oh gosh, oh you saved that card. You don't need to show it. Well, I guess this is the sexier play. All right, I find that acceptable. I accept your offering of BM.
All right, there we go. He's not even SIing himself. I'm just disappointed all around.
You and me both, man. You and me both.
Sexier play, huh? Black Knight?
Yeah, it is. Black Knight is definitely the red Corvette play.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to go like Honda CRV minivan,
okay,
you would have like just attacked straight face, 2 deadly poisons, attacked the face an SI7 agent. But
okay,
the sexier Lambo was definitely the Black Knight. Agree or disagree?
I think the one with like more cards is. But
Okay, well, I guess the really cool play would have been the Fan of Knives into whatever you would have drawn, and then maybe evaluate off of that.
I was gonna do some complicated math, seeing how much of my own stuff I could kill first. You know, maybe do something that looks like a misclick. That
Right. That was a mistake.
yeah.
Well, he's got time here. He's got Druid versus Paladin. Maybe he can pick up his BM skills here, because he's really slacking.
It's really a form of expression, Dan. It's all about creativity.
Hearthstone's about art.
The BM is, yeah. The rest of it, not so much. Yeah. All right. Paladin versus Druid. I think Paladin's heavily favored in this matchup. Very tough to win as the Druid.
Especially if they get a really good quartermaster off. Like, what do you do with that if you're Druid?
If they ever actually get far ahead on board, there's no way to catch up. If you get far ahead on board, they have a quality Peacekeeper to stop your innervate draws.
Right.
It's just like very tough to win as the Druid, I think. But not impossible. I mean, Swipe can clear out some tokens. You can get a really just stompy draw. And if Paladin doesn't have the right answers, it's very easy to just kind of run over them, combo them early. Yeah. Have you played it much? Much Druid versus Paladin?
I have, and I actually experienced a lot of what you were saying. But a lot of the games that I've played as Druid was because I was playing Ramp Druid, and I took it really slow. I think I didn't play proactive enough.
Okay.
And so, like, as a result, Paladin gets a lot of time to build, and like I always had the understanding or like the idea that if I play it slow, I can outlast. But Paladin scales so well into late game because of equality, and they still have Tyrion, they still have some really good late game threats, or even Lay on hands, and I'm just like, gosh, well, I can't really play it faster than them, but I can't play it too slow than them, so it felt like a tough matchup for sure. Yeah, that was from my experience. And we'll find out if that's the same here with Pharaoh versus Ping Ping Ho, who's also been playing pretty well too with his Paladin deck. He used it twice in a row to defeat his teammate back in the round of 8. So let's see. Maybe Drew can get off to such a lightning fast start.
Oh my God, this might. I think I saw Keeper. Yeah. Oh jeez, we're gonna see Knife Juggler get Innervate Keeper. The dream. Now that is tough to come back from, if anything.
Yep.
As a Zoo player, trust me, if they have Innervate Keeper for your Juggler, the game is over. And I think that's about to. Oh jeez. Yep.
That's what it is, man. Druid is one of those decks. Just sometimes has the perfect answers and start to anything.
Look at Ping Ping Ho's hand now. It's just so much more awkward, right? Like, if Juggler lives, you play Coghammer, you're really far ahead. Instead, you're in a situation where you have to, like, Zombie Chow Hero Power. This is just very snowbally. Honestly, his hand is, the Paladin's hand looks a lot better than the Druid's at this point. The Druid didn't really have the wild growth. It doesn't have the best curve.
Well, I mean, the Druid's got some pretty good stuff, though. Like, Spectrum Knight is still problematic until Paladin draws the Elder Peacekeeper. Yeah. And he's got Harrison for the True Silver, so I don't know, maybe it won't be as bad as you think.
I'm not sure why that got played instead of Hero Power. Because you could have a 2-2 against a 1-1.
Okay, I think it's still True Silver, but it's like one of those things where if Harrison snaps the Light's Justice, or even Coghammer, actually, like, every single weapon can give Harrison some really good value here.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
I think you play Piloted Shredder and trade. I'm not sure why the Jungle Panther was played. I think the play there was to Hero Power the Zombie Chow down. Because you would have had a 2-2 against the 1-1. So no favorable trades. Now the Druid's in a position where the Jungle Panther's getting traded for. And the Paladin gets to develop a 4-drop. It's just...
Yeah. Actually, when you put it that way, it makes a lot of sense.
Alright, well... This is probably going to be a Spectral Knight turn. You got to develop something. Oh, or that. Teacher's probably a little better.
Maybe yet another reason why holding on. Although you can't usually use that justification, but for this game specifically, the outcome could have been different if you kept on to that Power of the Wild. Alright. Well.
Alright.
Coghammer's pretty nasty in this spot here, right, Ned, what I was talking about.
Yeah.
How it combines with mid-range minions.
Yeah. I'm not sure this was a better play than Defender, but a little bit, I guess. Yeah, this is better. You get a Hero Power.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. I mean, it's decent. It's good with Pilot Shredder for sure.
Yeah, it's not bad, right? Now, Harrison's about to get smacked down by True Silver, but you still draw 2 cards, so I think it's worth, right?
Yeah. Oh, man, this Druid deck. So many 5-drops.
2 Spectral Knights and a Harrison.
Yeah, I mean, he probably plays either Azure Drake or Druid of the Claw too, and Lotheb.
Yeah, the Druid of the Claws I can see, maybe even Lotheb. Probably be really surprised to see the Azure Drake, considering that Azure Drake and Harrison Jones is sometimes a 1-in-1 substitution, at least in the past.
Yep.
Starting to get a little scary, but no worries. Dr. Boom is here.
Save the day.
But, I mean, what's just stopping him from playing is... Oh, wait, hold on.
That's definitely the play. There's no chance you don't play Quartermaster here.
Well, originally I was going to ask about Dr. Booming back, but... Quartermaster's so nasty. You get 3 minion value here.
If you Dr. Boom, I guess you can muster for battle plus Quartermaster next turn.
Yep.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's really good.
3 damage consecration.
Yeah, this got very complicated. Oh, he's just going to take the damage. Wow.
Doesn't care. Doesn't care about combo.
Alright. I mean, that's ambitious, but it's going to pay off.
It's ambitious if his opponent doesn't have the exact cards to kill him. Oh, he's following this up with his own Dr. Boom.
See, it's like the awkward thing, right? You play Dr. Boom and then all of a sudden you just get swiped. And your board's gone.
Right. Well, maybe this will trigger the bombs that would trigger something else. And those will trigger other things, and then finally things will die. Nope, nothing happened. Worst bombs ever.
Oh man, time for, I guess, BGH and other things.
Yeah.
Keeper on the 2-2.
Yeah, that's pretty strong actually. It's pretty reasonable. You stabilize the board back enough. Paladin uses a lot of cards. Those 2 extra cards will be super clutch to have.
Yeah, this is it. Paladin is so far ahead now. Muster Quartermaster in this game, I think. I mean, how do you come back from that?
Especially with bombs being able to answer the board here too. Wow, these bombs have been absolutely atrocious.
Yeah.
Reporting for duty. To arms, men.
Gosh. For 8 mana, that's just ridiculous amount of stats that you're able to put out.
Alright, well, step 1, Force of Nature. I mean, he's got the Defender of Argus. That's the most important card for the Paladin right now. It's going to stop him from dying a combo, but Lore is going to draw just about anything the Druid needs.
Well, it needs the Savage Roar to finish the game. Okay.
But yeah, Defender's going to
Pretty
come
sure
down.
he's not going to be able to... Oh my god. Wait, is he dead? Hold on. That's 15,
He's wrecked. but he's not
17,
dead.
18, 20. Oh wait, he's got Defender of Argus too. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Doesn't have it, but he's pretty close.
Yeah, he's doing the math. Yeah, Definitely just going to Defender, though. No, I should have attacked the one on the left. Unless he's defending the 2/5s.
Yeah,
Okay.
just for more health, I guess.
Doesn't want to get the 5/5 Black Knighted.
Sure.
Makes sense. Alright, well. Paladin doing Paladin-y things. Drew Muster for battle, drew Quartermaster.
You can't do anything here anymore as Pharaoh. You are toasty toast. Meanwhile, Spectre Knight sat there on the sidelines all game, not doing anything.
Yeah. Yeah, even if it does get played, a lot of times this matchup it gets Peacekeepered.
Yeah, one of the few classes that can actually respond very well to the Spectre Knight. Combo doesn't save him. Doesn't actually do anything. Just removes a few damage points off the board. While taking some too. So you'll be at 14 and you're just going to die on the backswing with Consecration.
Yeah.
In his mind, it might be his best chance to survive because there'll be like 1 hit point left. But as soon as the rope comes down, he might just make his decision.
Well played.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no options here.
Man, it stinks that you can't even use your remaining mana to just wild growth either. So he's out of options. Let's see. 5, 10, 14, 16 damage. Good enough. Kill off Shade next, Rammus.
Yeah, that'll do. We're just going through the motions. Alright, well. Paladin cleans up. Have we seen a lose yet today? I don't think we have.
That's a good question. There's several decks here that we haven't seen lose today. I think Rogue is also undefeated too. Yeah, Paladin's gonna take this one. Ping Ping Ho evens up the series as Pharaoh's gonna have to turn to another deck here to take the series lead going to the blind pick stage.
Yeah.
Paladin's pretty good, right?
Yeah,
Good stuff.
great draw. I mean, Paladin's just so powerful. I mean,
You were talking about how Keeper of the Grove is just like a lights out start for Druid.
for Zoo,
Okay.
when you get your Knife Juggler Keepered on turn 2, you lose the game. That was like the dream opening for Druid, and it's still lost. That's crazy. I guess, okay,
Well,
after that it wasn't that good.
yeah.
No turn 3 play, no wild growth. It drew a lot of cards, but, oh man. If they get Muster Quartermaster, what do you do? It's like, Drew can't
You have
go
to have
back.
such a big board before that happens to the point where it doesn't matter. It's preemptive battling, I guess, for the board. But now it's tied up. So now the best of 5 turned to a best of 3. But before we go to the blind pick, we also have Control Warrior versus Zoo, which is cool because it's not handlock, and I've cast that matchup a lot. And I kind of want to see some Zoo action here. I want to see how Ping Ping Ho is able to translate his Zoo skills over against Warrior, because we've seen him play some really good handlock games, but can he keep it up with the Zoo?
Yeah, I mean, this is a matchup that used to favor Zoo heavily. I mean, honestly, a lot of it is just variance on whether Fiery War Axe is drawn or not, but this is the greedier Warrior deck, isn't it? We saw it earlier,
That's
didn't
right.
we? Yeah, so
You said one thing about it.
Zoo would farm it. I mean, I guess what's gonna happen here. I like the Despite keep. Oh wow, he has it. He has War Axe and Despite and Belcher. That's a great hand.
Well, that's a meh hand for Ping Ping Ho. At least it's on curve, but it's nothing too spectacular. And like you said, it will get shut down by the Fiery War Axe. Now, when you react to the Fiery War Axe, when you see it being played out, based off your hand, you're just going to be dropping the Undertaker, right? You don't want your Knife Juggler to go down like that.
Yeah, definitely. The only question here is for the Warrior, do you wait a turn to War Axe or not? Probably better not to wait.
Yeah, I guess you're trading the coin for effectively 3 health. Not the worst
It's a
thing.
little more than that, cause it's actually 6 health, because you're also letting the 2-drop attack you once.
Oh, you're right.
But that, you know, it's a tough play to make. It's really unintuitive to let the 1-drop live when you have War Axe. Alright, Dire Alpha comes down.
Sure.
Fine play. I like that too. I like holding on to the Undertaker more.
Well, there's nothing else to do here, unless Faro's thinking about holding on to the weapon charge. But I think this is pretty much what he wanted up for next turn to play a minion and then Despite on turn 4.
Yeah, Acolyte's a good draw. Gives him something to do. I mean, he was just going to play Big Game Hunter otherwise, which I wonder if that's just a better play either way. Honestly, I'm just surprised he's not playing Harvest Golem here for the sake of mana efficiency, but I guess it is going to work out better against Acolyte, so maybe that's the thinking there.
Yeah, and I also think that it's before the Death Spite turn too, so we can optimize the amount of value on both ends. That's a great draw.
Yeah, it is.
He
All right,
might, if he juggles twice on this BGH.
25%.
Oh, okay. Not happening right now.
Dream is dead.
Well, I mean, it's still problematic, right? Assuming he didn't have it. Oh, okay. Never mind.
I think you go phase.
Yeah. You have 2 threats. You don't want to do Big Game Hunter's job for him. He was going to be aiming. Now, he played BGH instead of Acolyte because he obviously, you know, wanted to contest the minion and not draw cards. But is there any reason that you think you can drop Acolyte instead and maybe keep Big Game Hunter? Because there's Sea Giants in the deck too sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you feel like you want to keep that at times? I don't know.
I mean, it definitely paid off here. Like, Acolyte would not have been as good.
Right.
It's tough to really say. Man, you really don't want to trade off Harvest Golem, but you also don't want to let BGH live. BGH is so insane right here.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty effective. If you leave it alone, it's just going to get a perfect trade either way, right? Because it'll attack into the Harvest Golem, and then you attack into Undertaker, and you clear it off.
Like, either way, you're going to end the next turn with just your
Harvest Golem.
So you might as well go phase.
Now, the nice thing is he is doing pretty significant damage, right? Warrior's at 11 health, and he has to take a little bit more.
Yeah, well, Sludge Belcher can come down here. So that's definitely going to happen.
Oh, that's right, Iron Juggernaut. Forgot about that card.
The one and only.
Like I said, man, I've never seen Iron Juggernaut ever go off into a match that I casted before. I've seen it go off like twice when I played against it.
It'd be hilarious if the first time it happened was against Zoo. She's like, yeah, okay. Next card. Yeah, I thought the card was better than it was because I didn't know the mine let them draw a card. The
You
first
thought it
time
was
I
just
read
a
it.
dead draw?
Yeah, that's where I saw the value.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's actually not as good.
So he's trying to minimize the amount of damage he takes.
Yeah, he's waiting for the Deathbite attack to happen after these Harvest Golems die, ideally, which I like, honestly, as a play.
I hope he keeps track, too.
Yeah, it's tough to, right?
Yeah.
Because one of the Harvest Golems will die completely if
Right.
you attack it with Deathbite, and the other one, the 2-1, will live because of the
Oh,
order
man.
they were played.
It's like a game of magical hats.
Jeez. Alright. So,
Did Peeping Ho choose the right one? I think he did. Right?
I lost track.
So I think if he attacks the one on the left, it won't kill it. Right? Assuming this is correct.
If it's correct, it won't kill it, yeah. We'll
Alright.
see, though. I'm not... I
That
lost
could be a
track.
pretty big difference considering he has Abusive Sergeant in hand. Okay, wow. Very good from Peeping Ho.
Well played. Or, well, coin flipped. One of the two.
Well flipped.
Well flipped. Armoring up. Okay. So, now Implosion makes more sense since Deathbite isn't
Right.
primed.
Now every 1 health minion. Oh, that's really nice for next turn.
Yeah, I think I like Clockwork Gnome, or I mean Leper Gnome before Clockwork Gnome.
It does make a lot of sense damage-wise. And of course, the Abusive Sergeant can always come in next turn too. It doesn't matter if it goes out into the field, because it's going to be 2 damage additional either way. Well, what do you do here if you're Pharaoh?
Oh man, Shield Slam your Deathbite. I don't know. You have to. Is there a way to live at all? I'm not seeing it.
So if he Shield Slams the 2-1, then he'll be at 11 health. His opponent will have 4 damage on board. And he'll have 7 in the hand. So no matter how much you cut it, looks like Pharaoh's dead. Just just not being able to stabilize, and there's really no end in sight. Like, even if he didn't die next turn,
Yeah.
it doesn't look like he'd be able to stabilize anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, that's the drawback of building a greedier warrior deck. You have a lot of dead cards in your hand.
Well, against a deck like this, for sure.
Exactly. You're going to do well against other control decks, but Zoo is going to do terrible Zoo-ish things to you. Doomguard gets in for 5.
Alright, so that does it for Game 3, and Ping Ping Ho is one game away from going to Saturday's event again.
Yeah.
And challenging for the spot for the grand finals happening in February. Now, we didn't talk much about it, but that land is $20,000. The trip is paid for by ESL, and you get to, well, compete against Darkwonix and Magic Amy, who recently joined Tempo Storm. And I don't know, I think you should come out too if you're in the area.
Yeah,
That'll
I'll be there.
Yeah, it'd be a nice
fun.
land. You can hang out. I'll be there, of course. You know, Zuma will be there. We're trying to see if we can get some other cool people too that you guys might know around the community, but we'll release more details on that. And Ping Ping Ho is one more step away from maybe perhaps joining us in sunny California. He'd be the second Taiwanese player to be able to qualify if he's able to go all the way.
ESL is actually getting farmed for airfare these past 2 weeks.
That's right.
Magic Amy from Korea.
Darkwonix from Sweden.
Yeah. Where's Pharaoh from?
I think he's from the USA.
Okay.
Or
Tired.
if I were to follow his name origins, he's from Egypt.
Well, is that how you spell? I don't think that's how you spell Egyptian
No.
Pharaoh.
No, but I mean, in gamer names are not supposed to spell it exactly, right? It's supposed to be a
okay.
little bit off.
I don't know. Reynad is exactly.
No, but I'm saying, like, if you were to imitate it to something in real life, you'd
yeah.
want to misspell it a little bit, so it's
Yeah,
like
I
a
guess.
unique username. Or even not even gamer names, but like, you know, rapper names too. Like Exhibits, right? Has a Z at the end. It's not like an S,
It's the same exact thing.
right? You get it too.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
okay. I love the reference.
All right, well, here we go. Let's. Well, I actually didn't see what classes they chose for Game 4. What do they have?
I don't know.
Rogue versus Paladin.
Oh jeez. Okay. This is one of the reasons to play Rogue. Actually, it
To
has
kill
a,
Paladin.
yeah, it has a good Paladin matchup. One of the only cards in the game that interacts favorably with Muster for Battle is Fan of Knives. You have Backstab for Knife Juggler, just in general.
Mhm.
It seems like the mulligan screen keeps freezing up on us.
No, it's always the awkward time you enter the spectator mode,
Ah.
because if you catch them mid exchange,
Okay.
then you don't see what they switch out. Or you might see them look like they keep everything, and all of a sudden everything just replaces. So
Oh,
it's just one of those spectator mode things that we don't have a lobby yet.
okay.
But
They're working on it, right?
yeah. Soon.
Alright. Shao comes down. Probably gonna see a backstab hero power here.
Yeah, you think so? Think Zombie Chow's that high priority to take down immediately?
Oh, you're gonna take it down eventually. Might as well do it now.
I mean, it's
You
you
can
also
wait.
gain 5 health, so you can take your time, right?
Yeah. You could, like, I guess, Deadly Poison Eviscerate later. Alright.
Yeah, I guess in this case the deadly poison and eviscerate's okay. And then you'll be back at 30 health, controlling the board pretty well. He doesn't have the Fan of Knives for the Muster for Battle though.
Nah, he's gonna have a hard time with that card for sure. Maybe you backstab Eviscerate. If you expect Muster for Battle, you don't want to use a Deadly Poison charge to kill a 1/1.
Right. Oh, that's actually a good point. Next turn, if he doesn't have something, you also have Prep Sprint.
It's actually a good point. This is the only kind of points I make, Frodo.
Sometimes you make good points, but you also don't deliver them in the best manner as well. So.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, Eviscerate comes down. Zombie Chow's dead.
But yes, I will watch my phrasing around you a little bit better. Okay, so Muster for Battle. Well, from this point on, you're just going to be stacking in damage, and it's very hard to catch up.
Yeah, when you go second with Paladin, you're threatening the turn 4 Quartermaster with the coin.
Right.
So, not having the Fan of Knives is going to make Faro pretty scared here. I mean, he might even just backstab SI, the 1-1s. I think he will. The only question is, will he attack the remaining 1-1? Probably
But
not.
then if you, like, yeah, I guess it's too unreliable, because if you sprint here, you're still taking a lot of damage. But I guess if you draw Bleed Flurry, you'll be okay.
Yeah, that's true. You could draw, like, Prep Fan.
Well, alright, not quite. But at the same time, Pimping Ho doesn't have the Quartermaster either. Oh, I guess it's debate if he wants to backstab.
Yeah, or just bluffing preparation. I mean,
Choose soon.
yeah, I like backstab, but I would not attack.
That's wild, man. Backstabbing a 1-1 out of fear.
That's the power of Quartermaster. It makes me think, what about just cutting Quartermaster?
Some people have tried to do that on their run to Legend. I mean, you still have some synergy with Knife Jugglers and other cards. It's just the threat of Quartermaster already makes them play differently, and then you can squeeze in something else that's more impactful. Because sometimes Quartermaster just has nothing. It just like just you hero power and becomes a pretty weak thing. Oh man. Well, this is a perfect opportunity for Pharaoh to climb back in here. Paladin's gonna start struggling to get back on its feet here unless it picks up a really impactful card now. It's a little bit too expensive.
Just gonna keep stacking hero powers, dealing 1 damage at a time, basically. There's something to be said for just throwing True Silver out there, but I guess he could get sabotaged.
Oh, that's a good point. Sabotage something to always be mindful of now. Just because it disables the weapon.
This guy's tough.
So it feels like this is going to be playing out a very slow, painful death. Unless this Dr. Boom has like game-changing explosions. Which it definitely can have.
Yeah, well, Rogue has like a lot of cards and a lot more cards coming with Azure Drakes, but not a lot of ways to catch up. So if Paladin can actually get the lead on board, you know, Rogue doesn't really have a way to stop taking damage. And you have to keep in mind, Paladin has access to equality, so it has a reset. Like, the game can drag on if Paladin wants it to. So Pimping Ho isn't completely out of it, even though he's down on cards so much.
Let's see, what's the best way of dealing with this Dr. Boom?
The usual, I think. Dr. Boom.
Think so?
I wonder.
Yeah, I guess that is one way to do it. You also can use some Violet Teacher tokens, but I think, yeah, I think Dr. Boom might be the best to answer it right back. Azure Drake doesn't seem like it can guarantee you anything.
Yeah, the thing I don't like about this is,
like, I would have rather created 1/1 tokens with
yeah,
my Violet Teacher than this. I guess it gives you another card, which is nice.
yeah. Well, it's just like you're using your Eviscerate now, and now the hand is entirely minions. So there are no more... It's like playing Arena, you know, when you're behind and all you have are these dudes that don't do anything for a full turn.
Right.
Just gives you no way to catch up.
Yeah, you need some AoE mechanics. Oh. Hold on. Well, before we do anything else, though, I think PBH wants to check the boom bot.
Yeah, there's like a 1 in 4 chance that...
Well, assuming it hits the Drake. Oh!
Yep, that was the 1 in 4.
Ooh.
Well, 2 and 8, but same thing. Alright. This is, does happen with Paladin from time to time. You have a bunch of reactive cards. Not playing anything here is really going to telegraph that to Pharaoh, so he's not going to overextend into an equality combo. Because, you know, if Paladin doesn't play anything with 7 mana, you know it's in their hand. But luckily, True Silver can take out a couple mid-sized dudes.
I guess you are somewhat afraid of sabotage, being able to disarm your weapon, but I mean, is sabotage a common include, or is it something that's teched in?
I mean, I feel like most people play one, but Pharaoh's rogue deck is different from most, and he had to cut something to fit cards like Loatheb and Edwin, Black Knight in. So I wouldn't be surprised if sabotage is one of the things he cut.
Sure. All right. Well, he does have a way to deal with Dr. Boom too, and the bombs recently have been pretty disappointing. Super disappointing, in fact.
Just last turn, it was amazing. 1 and 4.
Yeah, it was pretty disappointing. He did kill the Azure Drake. Yeah. Alright.
It's not always like super flashy, you know. When they're good, it's just
they can't always be good, right?
Yeah. Well, sometimes they're really good, but it just doesn't look like they were that good, even though they were.
Sure.
Killing Drake for free is a pretty big deal. Let's see. I guess a Loatheb Edwin's decent.
So many options.
Yeah, I guess it prevents you from getting the equality consecration combo, but
maybe Teacher Loatheb's better.
Yeah. Pay attention, class. I think the Teacher Loatheb's a little bit better.
I see.
Just because the Violet Teacher is better when it's played faster than Faint Cleave here. Man, the rogues just continue to put on pressure, but nice thing is Paladin's not like on a super low amount of health here.
I wouldn't mind just seeing a Consecrate here. Kill the 2 bigger minions.
Let me think.
Actually, it's as much as that's an expensive play, it might be the one that you could make to clear the board for sure. Although again, you're giving the initiative back to the rogue, who can once again load up the board, and you know that they're starting to pile on threats. This deck often has Ragnaros or other things that might put you in a really uncomfortable spot. Well, I think if you're Ping Ping Ho, you're probably also worried that your opponent will start putting out a lot of damage soon. Oh my god, he just passes.
I'm surprised to not see the Consecration clear. If he did go with that line of play, even if the rogue would have initiative again and played more minions, he has the equality. So even without the Consecrate, he could equality, knife juggler, juggle a couple things. That would probably stabilize.
I am ready to learn.
Well, I think Pharaoh's just gonna run away with this game now.
Yeah, definitely.
Unless it's just such a big overextension, but even so, there's still a lot of damage. And he wisely holds back, too. Well played. Quality Consecration. I guess it does give him an ability to start loading back the board now with Shield Mini Bot. Pretty reliable.
Yep, Ping Ping Ho does have a couple True Silvers to pad his life total a little bit. But yeah, he's very far behind on cards here.
Still will continue to stack the lead against him too with Azure Drake.
Tyrion's never gonna matter. There's a sap, and once once the rogue runs out of saps, it's got Black Knight. So okay, Teacher's pretty good.
Yeah, Teacher's good. I still think. Because after the Teacher, you don't really do much. So I still think the Drake is okay here too. Unless you just want to buy a Teacher and then...
Yeah, he's going to Edwin.
I am ready to learn.
That's a nice thing about having Black Knight in hand, is you can kind of use your sap liberally because you still have Tyrion answer coming up.
Right. Oh man. He's really confident. Turns out it ends up saving him some headaches from Quartermaster, so...
Alright, Iron Beak Gal gonna get some use against Rogue, which doesn't always happen.
Oh, juggle on the Violet Teacher, pretty clutch here.
Yeah, definitely a nice one. I think he Hero Power and Mini Bot rather than
the weapon. Yeah, I think you want to get as much as you can out of the knife juggler for sure. Pretty
Jeez.
meh.
It's pretty unlucky.
So let's see if the Azure Drake can pick up the Blade Flurry or the Fan of Knives. I guess Sprint could do the same thing too, with a higher success rate for sure. Prep may be important. Oh man!
Well, that's not bad.
Pretty sure that's just gonna seal it here. Paladin's gonna lose everything. Backstab.
It's gonna let him keep a 2-2 if he wants.
Yeah, I think so. Why would you not want to? That is nasty. And Ping Ping Ho needs something pretty big here himself. Alright, well, I suppose Quartermaster is better than nothing here. But it is one of the weaknesses. It's not really good at fighting back for the board. And Pharaoh picks up his Earthen Ring Farseer. Is there a way he can set up for a potential lethal here? Yeah, if he goes for Ragnaros, hits the face, that puts him at 8. And this could be the moment where we see Pharaoh equalize the series.
I like that he's going for this. It's a lot cleaner than his other options.
Oh, okay. One
Alright.
more turn. Oh, man. Well, the big game hunter to answer the Ragnaros is exactly what he needed.
Is there hope for Ping Ping Ho?
Ping Ping Hope.
Ping Ping Ho.
I mean, this is a pretty intimidating board now.
How many deadly poisons were used? One already, right?
Yeah, two of them.
2 of them. So that Blade Flurry is not going to do more than 2 damage.
Well,
That's enough, though.
it might be enough. Or is it? I mean, 5, 9, 12, 14, 16.
I mean, there's a good chance it draws Blood Mage. That's the thing. Because the Rogue's deck at this point is very small. It's drawn a lot of cards. And I think there might be another Phantom Knives as well.
Almost out of cards.
Oh!
Wow,
Oh,
Blood
man.
Mage is the last card.
Well, the Shiv is pretty nice to take out this.
No, you shiv the Quartermaster, right? Unless he's not playing Blood Mage in his deck.
I guess he's not playing Blood Mage. No, remember he made some cuts somewhere. He has Black Knight, he has Van
Yeah.
Cleave.
I'm amazed that he cut that card. I was like,
Like one of Rogue's best friends.
yeah, really liked Blood Mage. Yeah.
I'm out of cards.
Size 7's pretty decent. Wow, this one really might come down to the wire too.
Yeah. Preparation, doing degenerate preparation-y things. Just making plays that would otherwise be impossible happen. Alright. Defender.
Not bad.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse.
Fills out 10 mana perfectly, and he has the True Silver Champion to take out this Azure Drake.
Yeah, on a clear board. That looks pretty grim. I was trying to think of what the best card Paladin could have drawn was. I
Right.
figured, oh, maybe Tyrion, but he's got the Black Knight. Defender is actually pretty solid.
Now Black Knight has to be used here.
Man, Tyrion off the top could actually... Whoa!
Oh. He's been keeping track of all the spells, and he realizes he probably is out of spells. He's used both backstabs, he's used both Phantom Knives and Blade Flurry. The only way this could backfire is if he had Blade Flurry number 2. He's taking a risk, but it's a race at this point for him.
Wow. Pharaoh really wants to hero power this 3-1, but he can't. Because if he does, he can't play a 3-drop. So it's going to be a very mana inefficient turn.
He has to start considering how much damage he'll be taking in the next couple of turns too, right? With fatigue. So he's working on effectively 9 health at the moment. Because he can't kill him this turn. And now he's also wondering about his possibilities if Tyrion gets drawn off the top too.
None.
Yeah,
He
cool.
really needs to make this work right here.
Yeah, I would actually have to do the math. Like the one health, the one extra damage he would take might actually matter quite a bit from the 3-1.
Oh man.
It's not lethal yet.
No.
Wow. So you go face. You go face and you win.
No. There's 11 damage on the board right now, so you have to kill out the Drake.
You go face with a true silver.
Oh
Trade
yeah,
with
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Paladin won. That's insane. This game looked so bad for Ping Ping Ho. Am I understanding it wrong? It looks like he won 100% and there's nothing that can be done about it. Or I guess, never mind. You can trade
if
the...
If he trades both in Sylvanas.
Okay, yeah. So Sylvanas has to go the whole way.
Right.
You probably just play the BGH too.
Yeah, I suppose so. There's nothing else you're saving it for.
Or do you kill the 3-3? You
To
one,
force the...
it deals 1 extra damage. You want face.
This is pretty nuts. Wait.
I have
That's
no
game.
time for games.
He just
I've got the beast in my
he
Oh
just
my
played
God.
it before trading him in.
Wait, he's gonna die no matter what then.
Yeah,
for
you
the
can see Ping
guaranteed
Ping Ho's
defeat.
just happy.
Yeah.
He's just,
Oh! Well, it
Wow.
didn't really matter because...
that game looked so bad for Rogue.
Yeah.
Well played.
That was insane.
That was well played. Especially by some of the attacks that Paladin was able to calculate and do damage to the face. So.
Yeah.
And it ends up being one turn where it could have been the opposite direction. So
Almost every turn of that game, you look at it, you'd say, "Oh, Rogue has this sealed no matter what."
Yeah.
And then, yeah, well played.
Well, that means Ping Ping Ho advances to tomorrow to play against the 6 players who are awaiting him at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Really well done so far, and that was a really exciting game to close out the series, as he becomes yet another Taiwanese player who qualifies for the main event.
Yeah, great games today. So next, we're gonna see Phone Tap versus Cole MTG.
Yeah, Cole MTG, the guy that we saw win with Zoo versus Ant.
Yep, yep. All right.
All right, so that's going to be coming for you guys on stream after that pretty fun series. Before we go to break for our final series, we want to thank the sponsors at Newegg Esports. If you go to the link at the bottom, go ahead and support them through just clicking on it, checking out all kinds of cool discounts on Western Digital, Cruiser, and Master products. We also have Plantronics deals going on at the moment. If you go to the link you also see at the bottom of your screen, check out their rig headgear. You can, or headset, excuse me, not headgear. That's different. But if you need headgear, you can also go search that on Google.com. But for headsets, you can check out the cool Plantronics deal that's going on right now. We're going to take a few minutes, and when we come back, the final spot will be given out to one of the 2 players here at the Legendary Series Week 7 Open Finals.
Google, just throwing the Ask Jeeves sponsorship out the window.
One day.
It's fun.
One day.
All
it'll
right.
come. You watch.